Hi guys, good evening. This is Suhail Mathur over here. I'm a best-selling author and I've had the honor, privilege and pleasure of representing Sagarika's book, The Journey of a Mother, and sold it to one of India's leading publishing houses, Vishwakarma Publications, courtesy our literary agency, The Bookmakers, and then eventually also sold the book to the production house, who eventually turned it into Mrs Chatterjee versus Norway. As you can see, I'm out in the hills right now. Otherwise, I would have loved to be a part of this delightful event that is happening, and Suranya was absolutely extremely kind, to have invited me for the same, but because I'm out, I was unable to make it. But nonetheless, I'm there in spirit, and hopefully this video will act as, a much needed boost. So I would basically like to talk about, my journey. We all know about the journey of the mother, but I thought it was appropriate and now interesting that you also heard the journey of the literary agent. And by qualification, I'm a lawyer and I've done my graduation from the National Law University in Delhi. And as Shah Rukh Khan has said in one of his films, Om Shanti Om, that if you really want to do something, and if you really want something to happen, in certain cases the universe conspires to get it done. And I remember that in the early part of the last decade, there was this case that, really outraged the Indians. The story about a couple, an Indian couple, whose children were taken away from them by the Norwegian Child Protection Services. And I think everyone followed that on a daily basis in India. And when Sagarika eventually won that, and I was a law student and I was, clearly following that case, and when she won, the first thought that came to my mind was, well, a movie should be made out of it. And I'm so happy and proud that today that has indeed happened. But what is more interesting is how I got connected with her. And I remember that there was this film director who was a Facebook friend of mine, and he connected me with Sagarika. And I still remember when I met Sagarika for the first time. And Sagarika is someone who looks so young, looks so sweet, looks so innocent, and she speaks so softly and gently. In fact, there was a very endearing way she used to speak to me. She used to greet me earlier whenever she used to call me up, and she used to say something like, "Hello, sir." So, it had such a nice ring to it that, your mood used to, in any case, become good. Even if you're having a bad day, just hearing that, "Hello, sir," makes it, so nice and refreshing. So, at times one felt that how come someone, who's so sweet, who's so gentle, who's so cultured, could really muster the potential and courage to fight not just an average neighbor, not just someone in your sector, not just even your state, but an entire country, and that too a country which is not your own. Because I feel that the war that Sagarika was fighting was not just for her kids. It was a battle which was for the custody of her kids, but she was fighting several battles. She was fighting the battle of a language barrier. She was fighting the battle of not having her near and dear ones with her in those times. And she was also fighting a battle of those whom she called her near and dear ones deserting her in times of need. And how this one lady stood strong in the face of adversity to emerge victorious is a story of immense courage and inspiration. I know that the movie has recently released and it's got lovely reviews on most occasions. We have the top stars of the country raving about it, and rightly so. And in fact, Sagarika and I were quite confident that the movie would do well, because when you get an actor like Rani Mukherjee on board, the chances of the film being enhanced become even greater, because the storyline is so impactful. But more than the person we see on the reel, what makes a real difference is that who is the person, on whom the book is inspired by. And I think Sagarika has led by example, and has shown that if you have courage, will and determination, you will eventually achieve success. In the end, I'd just like to say that in many ways, Sagarika's struggle and success reminds me of the struggle that the famous Indian queen Rani Lakshmibai, the Rani of Jhansi, had to face. Because she too was fighting a battle with a foreign power. She too was fighting a battle because the British, the foreign power, had not accepted the rights of her child. So it was a battle that was happening because the child was at its core. And she too was fighting a lone battle because over there as well she did not have the support of her husband. Her husband in that case had already passed away. And here as well, Sagarika was in an unknown land, fighting a case with a foreign power, this time the Norwegians, for the custody of her children. And the grit, determination that she showed proves that if you take on with a mother, irrespective of who you are without fail going to fail. So never take up a challenge against a mother, because when a mother comes to fight, she will not leave until she wins. And I'd just like to say that Sagarika, be the inspirational person that you are. I know Suranya and you are helping a lot of others like yourself. Keep on doing the great work, because the journey is a long one. Let's make it not just the journey of a mother, but the journey of mothers, the journey of fathers, and the journey of parents, till such time that foreign countries learn to respect Indian culture and Indian tradition and Indian parenting, so that no other parent has to go through the journey that you went through. Thank you so much for making me a part of this wonderful initiative. Thank you so much for leading by example and being this wonderful person that you are. And may God bless you in abundance, and may God bless your children. Thank you so much. Take care.